Hello students, this is Poonam teacher back with a new video of Science 1, and today I'll be teaching you a new chapter, that is carbon compounds. From the name only you can make out that the compounds which are made from carbon are known as carbon compounds. And till today there was one misconception into the minds of everyone that the organic compounds or the compounds which are derived directly or indirectly from any organism, that means from plants or the animals. But now a new concept has been introduced, that the compounds which consist of carbon are known as organic compounds. Because if you will take urea, that urea contains carbon, and that is why it is known as an organic compound. So there is one new concept which has been introduced, that organic compounds are the compounds which are made up of carbon, but there are certain exceptions like carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, carbide salts, carbonate salts like sodium carbonate, Na2CO3, then bicarbonates, that is baking soda, sodium bicarbonate, that is NaHCO3. This kind of compounds are exception for this concept, and these are the inorganic compounds of carbon. So you can find carbon into variety of compounds, like it can be organic or inorganic, but the main concept is that there is one new concept which has been introduced, that the organic compounds are surely made up of carbon, and carbon is the main element. Now let's study about the bonds in carbon compounds. First, let me tell you that I have taught you ionic compounds, and in ionic compounds there is presence of ionic bond, and this ionic bond is formed by the complete transfer of electron. And in that I gave you the example of NaCl, in which sodium loses its one electron and chlorine gain that one electron and attains the electronic configuration of their nearest inert gas. So now there is complete transfer of electron. Because of that, a bond has been formed between sodium and chlorine, and this has resulted into formation of sodium chloride. So that is an ionic bond, and the ionic bonds are the compounds which are made from the ionic bonds are known as ionic compounds, and they have high melting and the boiling point, because there is stronger force of attraction between because there is a strong bond between them, that is the ionic bond. But on the other hand, there are covalent bond also, which is opposite of the ionic bonds, and this covalent bonds, instead of uh, the complete transfer of electron, the mutual sharing of electrons will take place into covalent bond, and the carbon compounds are made up of covalent bonds. And because of this covalent bonds, they have little less force of attraction. These are the weaker bonds comparative to the ionic bonds, and because of that, the melting point and the boiling points of the carbon compounds is found to be lower than 300 degrees Celsius. But in the case of the ionic compounds, we will always find that the melting and the boiling points is higher. Why? Because ionic bonds are the stronger ones, and covalent bonds are comparatively weaker. Now, in previous standard on testing the electrical conductivity of carbon compounds like glucose and urea, you have observed that they are not electrical conductors. That means no formation of ions will take place into the covalent compounds or the compounds which are made out of carbon, because they have the low, means they do not have that ability to conduct the electricity. So these are going to be the non-electrolytes, and electrolytes are those solutions in which the electricity can be passed. So if you are taking the solution of glucose or the urea, electricity will not be passing through it. That means these are the bad conductors of electricity, because there is no formation of ion into it. From it we understand the structures of most of the carbon compounds lack ionic bonds, and it means that the chemical bonds in carbon compounds do not produce ions. So as there is no formation of ions, as there are no ions to carry the electric current, there will be no electrical conductivity into the solutions of the compounds which have been made up out of carbon, like a glucose and the urea, and then these are going to be the non-electrolytes, or the bad conductor of electricity.